right? What this is we're at the top of a range. Statistically, we should be looking for shorts. Okay? Statistically. Now, are we? Not yet, right? If we look at all of these highs, we don't really care where we short it as long as we get confirmation, right? So if we look on a higher term time frame, even a 15-minute time frame, we look at all the highs up here. There's plenty of time to get short. You want to get short here, guys. That's where you get paid the best, right? It's all cool to show your entry up here, but this is where you want to get short. So just, jump on trend. There's safe ways to do that, but you're waiting for structure change. That's it, right? We don't need to be, OC and be a superstar all the time, right? We just need to be patient. You can buy the top and still make money. That's OC's job. That's not our job. Our job is to wait and look for shorts here. Otherwise, we're looking for pullback continuations, right? Okay. So a little bit of patience today. Some key levels for you guys. Let me get rid of this guy here. Yeah, we're in our 786 rejection zone right now. Pushing through the orb. Orb flip. Orb has done a really good job. Look at this, OC. 2 days in a row. Orb flip, continuation trade. Boop, up you go. Right? Holding orb. Boop, up you go. This is VWAP in here. Held VWAP. Okay, it's been actually pretty easy trading today if you know what to look for. Retest to previous highs, continuation trade. So patience, patience, patience. But at the end of the day, this is looking strong. Right? So make sure you're paying yourself along the way and managing your risk. Now let's go over and take a look at our friend's favorite token that looks very, very toppy right now. But he's probably buying it because he loves Ethereum. All right. Ethereum coming into a macro golden pocket right now. Right. So higher high to lower low. Will we get out of here? That's the question. So key level of resistance for a lot of things right now. So I would suggest we be patient in here. But in here, you're looking for topping structure. You got a double top right now, continuation trade, but this is still, there's no structure change, right? Right. So you still have this up. I would suggest you go in here, you draw your momentum trend line. Nothing beats a good trend line, right? And you wait for the trend line to break. Okay. Otherwise, you're looking for longs. Like very simple, right? You don't have to complicate this. You have breakout, retest, breakout, retest, breakout, retest, right? So jump on trend, retest to previous highs, right? Retest key support. Looking for a rejection up here at 3,200. But you want to see structure change here. Okay, if this, then that. Structure change, get going, right? The big tell today, guys, was the NASDAQ. Okay, so the NASDAQ dumped here. Double bottom, retest continuation here. Same with the SPY. Big tell here, retest continuation. SPY, big dump here. This led the dump this morning. All right, right here, if we go over to Bitcoin, I know it doesn't look like a big dump, but it was, right? Everybody getting scared right here. Oh, right here, sorry, right here. Whoop, right down here. That was that dump on the SPY. SPY bottomed. So all I was looking for is the SPY to bottom. Higher low, continuation trade. SPY bounces back. Guess what? Bitcoin follows. Right? Okay, so there was a couple of good tells this morning from your bigger markets. You always should be checking your S&P 500, your NASDAQ. They're going to help. Bitcoin is leveraged NASDAQ. You don't have to be a genius to see it, but if you want to see it, here you go, right? You can see rotation down, bottoming structure here on Bitcoin, right? See, rotation down, bottoming structure, continuation up, right? Very simple, but very effective if you know what you're looking for. Okay? Patience will pay. That's what I'm looking at for today. Continuation unless we get reversal. Structure.
Let's
Oh, see,
go.
you bought a new house, eh?
Not really. That's one of my renders from one of the projects back in the day. Here's what I tell you. Hey, brother, I need this in a circle, right? And then like all the carpeting, man. By the way, yes, you know, I also opened up my back in the day my workshop. So I really know why we get so hateful, because then I start taking also other architects' projects, and
Yeah, you guys
sometimes
are
we can be an
crazy,
ass.
man. With your
I know.
curved cabinets and walls and shit like that.
I love it. All right, but I guess that's why we're here in crypto. Let me ask you a couple of questions. Here, by the way, shout out to JR. How's it going, my friend? Welcome. Great to have you. Also, Gary, how's it going? Rigi Classics, what's up, bro? Welcome. Daga, of course, what's up, my friend? Digital LRS. Someday I'm gonna get that right, my friend. Promise. And Lucidus, what's up, Lucidus? I've seen you a lot recently. Lucky deal, what's up, brother? Welcome. And my and I'm feel like I'm forced to ask you this question. Do you see that same rotation of capital that I'm speaking? I know it's too early. We haven't had a confirmation of a pattern. We're still within. Hey, this is the top. As you mentioned, technically we should be looking for shorts, right? Also, I see in the chat that somebody mentioned this looks like a bear flag, bear pennant, which is correct. That's what it looks like until we have a breakout, right? But what do you expect from now for going forward? Are you leaning more back into the bullish, or are you leaning more back into the bearish?
I've been bullish this whole time. I mean, I
Yes.
think, you know, that big liquidity event on the 10th of October was what's fucked the markets really good. And the correlation between gold, crypto, Nasdaq, you know, has obviously split apart. So I think it'll be, if it's going to come back, it's going to be fast, right? Even if they meet in the middle, that means we go to 103, like 98 to 103. That's going to be a critical pivotal point. And I said we are bullish unless Bitcoin loses 89,000. I've been like that since we got up here, right? We have, and 89,000 has held, right? So there's no reason to fade that until that's the 50% mark. If you're wondering what these levels are, it's a 50% mark is 103,000, and then the 50% mark of this range is 89,000. So if it were to lose that, then you would look to rotate into the bottom of the range below 89,000. That brings us all the way down to, like, I think 87, 84, 87, 400, and then possible attack of the lows, right? If we come for that spring. But if we break out here, 98,000 to 103. 103 is the 50% mark. So if we flip 103, then four-year cycle's canceled. We're fucking flying. So that's kind of like my line in the sand. But it's got to be proof in the pudding, right? I think Donald Trump's going to do everything he possibly can to print and stimulate the economy for the next year. He's got to win midterms, otherwise we're fucked. We got the market structure bill coming out Thursday or something like that. Something's coming Thursday. So they're voting on it. So there's a lot of catalysts. Inflation's low, jobs is low, rate cuts are coming. New Fed Powell quantitative easing has started. There's a lot of catalysts, right? So the mixture is starting to look good. You know, I mean, last year we kind of had, you know, like really, you know, old kind of chunky candles. Now we're putting in the salsa, we're putting in the guacamole, we're putting in the quesadillas. We're having all the, you know, all the fruits coming to. All we need is manufacturing to take off, liquidity to take off, and we're good to go. I mean, right now we're range bound, we're consolidating, right? We're gonna have a direction eventually. Will a lot of people get
Absolutely.
caught offside? Absolutely, right? A lot of people will. Right? A lot of people are selling their. You got to think now with this pump up right now. People who are still scared are selling into the pump, right? Renders, all the Fed AI, the Dash, they're all selling their bags. They're like, I'm getting out. It's bear market. It's bear market. It's bear market. And then it's going to go to fucking Valhalla and they're going to be sitting there being like, oh, why did I sell? Right?
Right.
So, I don't know. When there's blood in the streets, you're supposed to buy. And when we've dumped this hard, 40% from the top, we have like big catalysts coming up. I mean, the fundamental analysis in crypto have never been more bullish, right? If you had news that JP Morgan Bank was adopting crypto Bitcoin loaning fucking 5 years ago, the price would go to the fucking moon, right? So obviously these banks, they want to buy in now. There's a rotation from long-term holders into these new institutional money. And guess what? Institutional money doesn't sell, guys. They don't sell. It's 10-year hold minimum.
Absolutely. And
So
let me
that's
remind
where
you
I'm
guys.
at, and that's kind of the stance that I've always been at, right?
Perfect. I've been hovering around between 40, 50, 60s, right? So I do have a little bit more of a like I've been like within that cycle, right? So I've been turning around. Let me remind you guys that Donald Trump, what was it, media, right? Trump Media or something like that. I don't quite remember. Along with their own brokers, his own brokers, they've been buying a lot of freaking Bitcoin. That was 15 days ago, right? If you look back in time, that was somewhere around here. Oh, let me share. That was somewhere around. Once you can see it. Somewhere around here at 87s, 90s, and also was back somewhere around here where it was pumping at 93, right? So that's where the institutional money seems to be buying it in, right? The thing that it really gets me going, and I do have a little bit of a debatable point in here with you, Alex, which is if we break this range and we do this wyckoff that I've been expecting with this range at the end, and by the way, it looks freakishly close to break up, right? I don't think that the 4-year cycle is broken. I just think that it's just evolving that little much. Remember, guys, when I show you dead cat bounce growing, and then just last cycle was higher. I think this cycle, if we break out of this part to the upside, the dead cat bounce is going to be much higher, and it's going to be in all-time highs. But still, I believe that we still need to break the 109, 110 before we start calling out the next all-time highs. And I'm right there with you with the same areas of losing the bullish point of Bitcoin, which is for me 84 and 81. So if we start losing the 84 and 81, I think that we're bearish and we're going to have a continuation lower and confirm a bear market cycle. The truth of the matter is that we are right there on the line, right? I mean, it doesn't matter that itty tiny last candle. It doesn't really matter when you take a look at or you take into consideration the whole market, right? So let me just put it to perspective. Let me actually just hide all of my drawings in here. And look at that. We are at the bottom below dynamic reactor. If we reject off dynamic reactor at 97, exactly the same area that you were talking about, 97, 98. Look at that. Almost precise right there. If we reject out of that, we're bearish, right? We are bearish. Nonetheless, and you called these out before, nothing beats a good trend line, and right here we have a trend line breakout higher low. So 3 drive, let's go, or we'll see, right?
It's ascending too, right? So I mean, it's bottoming structure, and there's lots of, and I've said it too. There's good volume in that low, right? And I don't say that a lot of the time. I say this low is gonna get fucking taken because it's shit. That's normally what I say.
Yes, absolutely.
There's a potential for that check mark to actually work.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. So, guys, I know if you've been following the morning market report, when I mentioned like, hey, this is screaming bear market. Just let me set my stance clear because I believe that feels like, hey, bullish in one show and then bearish on the other. No, I'm 60% bullish, 40% bearish. All right. And for me, the breaking point will be this itty bitty range. If we break to the upside, the next big bust to get rid of, it's a 100K. And if we do that, we're going to have a higher high, period. How high? I'm talking about 120, 125, 130, 140, somewhere around that vicinity, right? But if we get rejection out of 100K, the 110, I believe that, well, the bear market is here. This is not going to be an evolution from the 4-year cycle. Then we're going to get, and this is where the most interesting part comes in, a shallow bear market. If you guys remember at the beginning of this year in the Piper Academy, Alex, Lunar Beaches, Crypto, Turfly, Piper, and I, we made a video about what would be the top of the 2025 cycle. And I actually did not give a top on 2025. I gave a top on 2026 for an elongated cycle that tops out at 500K. All right. I know this looks ridiculous right now, but if we get a shallow bear market, that means that we already have locked in the market cap where it's supposed to be, and institutions are not gonna get scared away, and they're not over leveraged on their purchased, which means shallow bear market, elongated cycle, next all new time high to be taken, and most likely 300K might be in the table. Despite my prediction says for 500K. So let me just settle down with what am I expecting, because I just got a DM saying, hey, you're bullish on one, you're bearish on another one, right? So what's the deal? And it's not that I'm bullish or bearish, I'm in between, and that's 60 bullish, 40 bearish. So yeah, I think that would be it. Alex, before we go, anything else that you want to bring up? And by the way, fantastic dash long, brother. That's why you're the king.
Retirement money, man. Retirement money. I'm doing
Let's
good. Up,
go.
I'm already up like I don't want to jinx it, but I'm up like $36,000 for January to start the
Woo.
year.
Let's get it.
So
Guys, remember this new year, trade safe. You can also get there, right? It just takes a little bit of time, and take a strategy. Learn from the best. It's right here with us in Chart Prime. So take advantage of him, because when he retired, he's retiring for good, he said.
whatever, man. I'm just here to help, man. I'm just here to help. I ain't nothing special, man. You give me the drawings, remember? You give me the drawings, I bang it together. That's it. Slow and steady.
Slow and steady. Absolutely. By the way, shout out to Lucky Deal. My friend, I just gave you Samurai. That means that you can jump in and out of any stage at will. So take advantage of it, my friend. And if you have a mic and you want to come in here and participate, do it. Also, high up on. Also give you Samurai role. The same goes for you. Thank you for participating. Thank you for coming to the classes. And if you guys are samurais, take advantage of that. You have priority question and answer here in the live classes. So other than that, guys, thank you so much for joining. Stay safe. And as always, see you guys tomorrow.
Later.
Later.